Okay, today's notes are literal equations. That's what we're doing today. And this page is page 312 in your notebook. So let's go through these equations. So let's look at this first one. Solve for x. So here's x. I have a plus 6. I want to undo that. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. I end up with x is equal to 4. Next one, I'm going to still solve for x, but if you notice, I have a plus 6, I subtract it. When I subtract it from both sides, it goes away on this side, but here I end up with y minus 6. I don't get this beautiful clean answer. I get an answer that's still got variables. So I'm kind of basically just moving stuff around when you get to the second one. The third one, I don't have any numbers. It's all variables, but it's the same process. Here's x. I'm going to subtract m from both sides. M and negative m are 0. They cancel each other out. And I get x is equal to y minus m. And notice I still have all three variables, but I have x by itself. And the whole goal of this was to solve for x. So each time I have x equals, but each time I may not get an answer that's just a number because they have all variables in the question or more than one variable. So I'm going to let you do 2 and 3. But remember, they're similar to number 1, so try to use number 1 as a guide if you get confused. So let's go to number 4 together. And number 4, I have to solve for h. So I am going to find h. Here it is. It's being multiplied by 2, so I'm going to undo it, divide by 2. And I'm trying to get this into a 1, right? So any number, anything divided by itself is 1. So I end up with 7 equals h. I go down to the next one. B equals 2h. I'm still solving for h. It's still being multiplied by 2. I divide both sides by 2. This is a 1, right? So I get my h alone on the right, but notice on the left, it's b over 2. That's it. That's as simple as that gets. I can't do anything else with that because I don't know what b is. When I get to the third one, it's all variables, and ch means c times h. It's being multiplied. Well, how do I get rid of this thing being multiplied by h? I divide it by c, and it's the same thing. C over c is 1. I just turned it into a 1, and I have to do it on both sides, and I end up with b over c equals h. Now, this isn't really that solved looking, right? It's still got a lot of variables, but your whole goal was to solve for h, and each time you got h by itself, even though you didn't always get a number at the end because you couldn't. So the next set, 5 and 6 are similar. You're going to do those. I will say, please be careful when you get to number 6 that you are dividing both sides by the negative, right? Don't just say 5, say negative 5. So be careful with that. And then number 7 we're going to do together. So number 7, they want me to solve for a. So here's a. I see something being subtracted, so I can't do anything with the 3 until I get rid of the subtraction. So 9 is being subtracted, so I'm going to add 9 to both sides. 12 plus 9 is 21. This is 0 equals 3a. Now I have 3 being multiplied by a, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Remember, the whole point of this is turn this into a 1. 21 divided by 3 is 7, so 7 equals a. Next one, same thing. A is here. I got to get rid of this minus 9. I get rid of it on both sides. I get y plus 9 equals 3a. This definitely seems weird, this y plus 9, but that's what it is. You can't do anything more than y plus 9 there. But over on the left, I'm still trying to get a by itself. It's being multiplied by 3. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. And that's where you got to use your fraction bar. This whole thing has to get divided by 3. Over here it becomes a 1. And my left side is just y plus 9 over 3 equals a. And there's nothing more you could do to simplify that. Okay, next one, y equals bc minus d. And again, I'm solving for a. So guess what, guys? There's a typo in this. This should be an a, so change that to an a. Thank you. Okay, and then you're going to solve for a. You've got a minus d. It's being multiplied by b, and d is being subtracted, so you're going to get rid of that subtraction first. So you're going to add d to both sides. This becomes 0. You end up with y plus d equals b a. You're still trying to solve for A. You've got B being multiplied by it, so you're going to divide by B to get B over B, so this becomes a 1. You got to do the same thing over here, and you end up with Y plus D over B equals A, which seems awkward, but it's really the solving for A. Again, you're solving for A equals, A equals, A equals. And each time, depending on how many variables you have, it looks a little different, but you took the same steps each time. So you're going to also do 8 and 9 to finish off these notes since they're very similar. So use this first column of problems to help you with the other columns of problems.